In today's video for the first Berserker Khazan, I'll be going over the very best farming spots for Lacrima if you're hitting that very late game all the way to endgame. These are absolutely exceptional for anyone who needs to know how to grab yourself a whole bunch of XP fast, and perfect for anyone who's looking to gear up when they're at the very late stages of the game. Now first off, as always, I would say make sure if you can try and put on a bard set, as that's going to increase your XP by 25%. You're going to be able to grab yourself 25% extra Lacrima. So this set's pretty much essential if you're trying to farm a whole bunch of Lacrima for a long amount of time. So the first kind of late to end game one I'll be going over is going to be using this golden teleporter just here, the Heart of Pale Loss. If anyone has got a little bit further and they've made it to the next one, then I'll put a timestamp where you should jump to, but for anyone who's made it to this teleporter, you're going to want to head over to the Berserker Gate, and then you're going to have to complete quite a few of the missions and some of the bonus missions in order to get the very last one, the Transcendental Sword. Once you've got this, the checkpoint you want to start off at is going to be the Tomb of the Forgotten. Now when you spawn in, it's going to have you facing this direction, so turn back on yourself and make your way just off of this ledge just over this way. Then again, there'll be a whole bunch of enemies, so just follow the pathing that I'm showing you and try to do a lot better job of not getting hit by absolutely everything. But honestly, as long as you're not falling over, it doesn't really matter too much, because you're just trying to make it all the way to the very end where you're going to have a tough elite enemy to take down. This thing is going to be absolutely amazing and really good for farming if this is the furthest you've got in the game, because you'll be able to get quite a lot of XP this way. I'd say it works out to around about 4 million XP Lacrima per hour, as long as you're doing it right and you've got a nice build together. Just keep proceeding through. Avoid all of the enemies whenever you can, and there are a couple of ladders to get through until eventually you're going to make it all the way over to this big guy right here, and then you're going to want to tackle him and take him down however you can. Now the first time you fight this guy, he's going to be a bit tough up because he's ready for you, but after this it's going to be so much easier, so you've just kind of got to get through this one and then you'll be able to farm him to your heart's desire. Keep tackling him, take his health down as much as possible, but the main thing you'll learn is that you want to actually break his stamina so that he's exhausted, and that's where you'll be able to take him down very, very quickly. Once he is defeated, you're going to make it all the way forward, open up the gates, and then you head down straight to the Blade Nexus, and this is going to be the Vowed Path. Now unfortunately you couldn't spawn straight in here because there are some locked gates, so you have to do all of that just beforehand, but once that is done you'll be able to go back up. You'll be like 2 seconds away from this enemy, keep hitting him with your hardest hitting stamina draining moves, and then you should be able to take him down very nice and easily. I think my runs were around about 20 seconds with this guy, give or take, but I'd imagine if you've got a more powered up build you could probably defeat him in about 12 seconds or so. Also, if you're worried about taking down the stamina and you think you haven't got anything in your arsenal that can do that, then in order to exhaust them, remember you can always use reflection, so put a bit of that into your build. You'll have to get used to doing it because it can be a bit of a pain, but once you get it down you'll be able to knock his bar down very quickly and net yourself a whole bunch of Lacrima in the process every single time, as well as some really nice goodies. This one's definitely the best place I've found so far for this teleporter, but like I said, if you have made it all the way to the final teleporter, then you're going to head straight up there, and this will be very, very late stages of the game, and the place you want to go to is going to be the Great Temple. The checkpoint you're after is going to be this one just here, the Path to the Chapel. The great thing about this is a really nice easy farm, nets you a massive amount of Lacrima every single time, and it takes very, very minimal to set it up. But then you're just going to turn around when you spawn in, head towards the bridge, and you're going to see one of those Banshee type enemies just floating around down the bottom. Hit them with a spear, and if you want to, bring some consumables, as that may make things a bit easier, but honestly once you get her down you'll probably be completely fine taking her out as standard. Fight her, do whatever you need to defeat her as quickly as possible, then you're going to get a massive around about 51k every single time you're taking her down. Also, if she's got her back to you, you can get a nice bit of damage off that way because you can charge up your javelin. Then whenever she makes it up the stairs, tackle her, take her down the fastest way, and if you can kick her off the ledge, that'll make things even quicker. But yeah, overall massive amounts of XP this way. I'd say probably close to 8 million if you're doing everything perfect, and these two are my number one choices for those late game Lacrima farms, perfect for anyone who wants to level up, maybe before they're moving on to their new game plus. As always, hopefully this helped a few of you guys and girls out. There'll be a load more content away from me. For now, take care, I'll see you on the next day.